The Multnomah County Auditor's Office conducted a performance audit of Multnomah County Animal Services. This segment is part of our video report. You can find other segments of our report by visiting our website. In this video, we'll discuss the need for animal services to improve their record keeping and data quality. Multnomah County Animal Services uses an animal records database, which keeps track of all of the animals in their care. When an animal comes to the shelter, they enter as much information into the system as they can. However, their current system is quite old and lacks many controls to ensure that accurate and complete information is entered. So what kinds of information are incorrect or missing? We looked at a 5-year period and found a few thousand animals with incorrect or missing information. For example, some animals have no record of what happened to them after they left the shelter or how they ended up at the shelter in the first place. In addition to missing information, we also found some information to be incorrect. For example, we found one animal whose outcome was listed as escaped, but the notes say that the animal was euthanized. This error is significant because this information goes into reports they issue to the public about the number of euthanized animals. The report would count this as an escaped animal, even though it was euthanized. We found over 700 examples of animal records with conflicting information. Since we are not able to look at every record, there are likely more incorrect records. We also looked at euthanasia drugs. When an animal is euthanized, they use powerful drugs that are considered to be a controlled substance. Animal Services does a good job of keeping euthanasia drugs locked up. Every time an animal is euthanized, information must be recorded in 2 places: the Euthanasia Drug Log and the Animal Records Database. The Euthanasia Drug Log keeps a record of how much of a drug was used. One of the vet technicians does periodic checks to make sure that the amount of drugs left in the vials matches what is in the records. When an animal is euthanized, this information is also put into their animal database. This data is used to keep track of euthanized animals and goes into reports they issue to the public. We looked at a 3-month time period and found that Animal Services euthanized 203 animals, but only recorded 189 in both the drug log and the animal database. Because both data sources appear to have some errors, it is possible that there are additional euthanized animals we did not find, or fewer euthanized animals due to a data entry mistake. There are some serious impacts when animals aren't recorded on the euthanasia drug logs. For example, an injured cat was found by an animal control officer on May 11th. The cat was euthanized the next day, but there is no record of this cat in the daily euthanasia activity report. This means that euthanasia drugs were used, but no one recorded it. We are also concerned about public records issues. Since staff have to manually pull reports, they spend 15 to 18 hours per week responding to public records requests. We know that Animal Services is in the middle of an animal database redesign. If this new system could produce online reports that are accessible to the public, it would free up staff to perform other duties and allow the public to more quickly access the information they want. We recommend that Animal Services conduct manual checks to ensure that there is not conflicting information, ensure that all euthanized animals are recorded in both the drug logs and the animal records database, and the new animal database should include mandatory fields that must be completed for every animal, and produce reports that are accessible online by the public. Thank you for viewing this segment. You can find more videos by visiting our website.